Hey, what is going on, everybody? It's Yunks. Today is Friday, and that means Zer is here in the tower. Now, I do not know what he has, but I do know where he is, so let's go check him out. What did he bring us last week? Pretty sure he brought us Trespasser, the exotic sidearm, so what can he possibly bring us this week? Well, let's find out. So he is gonna bring us Monte Carlo, the exotic auto, but let's start here with Legacy Body Armor Ingram. This is for year 1 stuff only, so if you are looking for year 3 and updated stuff, you can just simply pass on this. Moving on to the Peregrine Greaves for the Titan. This comes with intellect and strength, and the main perk here, Airborne Shoulder Charge, deals bonus damage. So at this point in the game, there's not really any real uses for this exotic armor on your Titan. There's not really a reason to run this. I mean, the extra damage, I guess, is nice, and I'm pretty sure you could kill enemies in their super in the Crucible if you're airborne and you shoulder charge them with these exotic boots on. Pretty sure you can one-shot some supers. You know, I'm not even 100% sure. Don't quote me. But if you do know that, guys, just leave it in the comments. PvE, I mean, you don't really need to rock these. I mean, you shouldn't be basing your time around, you know, sprinting and then getting that shoulder charge. You should just be, you know, laying bullets into your enemy, not really worrying about shoulder charging everything. I mean, it's fun to shoulder charge. Don't get me wrong. It's a lot of fun. But, yeah, I just don't think it's really effective or, you know, efficient enough to use actually in the Crucible or in PvE. Just not the best exotic armor here. There's just not many situations where you're gonna need it, where you're gonna need these at all. Just, yeah, I don't know, guys. If you know any, you know, maybe for like challenges, if you want to shoulder charge only in PvE or something, just for the hell of it, then I would say rock these. But other than that, you probably could pass. Definitely not top tier, guys. Very weird exotic armor for the Titan. There are much better options out there for PvP or for PvE. Moving on to Celestial Nighthawk for the Hunter. This comes with intellect and discipline, and the main perk here, Golden Gun fires one shot with 6 times the damage while granting keyhole for over penetration. All right, so this is great for PvE. You definitely don't want to use this in PvP. That is for sure on your gunslinger. So definitely a PvE thing. Great for bosses, you know, great for higher level activities where you just need a huge amount of burst damage. Your golden gun is going to just deal a ridiculous amount of damage. And if there's solar burn on Nightfall or something and you have this on, oh my god, it's insane how much damage you could output with this thing. It's actually incredible how much damage you could deal. So yeah, guys, I actually definitely recommend picking this up. I wouldn't say it's the best exotic out there in PvE for your hunter, but it's definitely worth picking up. Definitely worth the 13 strange coins. It definitely could come in handy, you know, here and there. Like I said, the burst damage is insane on this thing with your golden gun. Just 6 times the damage. It's incredible, guys. Pick it up. It's actually a lot of fun in PvE. Like I said, you don't want to use this in PvP. There's no point of all that extra damage in PvP, and you're only going to have 1 golden gun shot, unless you're just straight up trolling, which I have done before. But if you're not trolling, definitely don't use this in PvP. Moving on to Heart of the Praxic Fire. This is the chest armor for the Warlock. This comes with intellect and discipline, and the main perk here, when Radiance is active, increase agility and decrease ability cooldowns. So back when this first came out, I'm pretty sure this is vanilla. This was like the go-to on the Sunsinger. But nowadays, yeah, there are just so many other options out there for your Warlock. You know, I'd much prefer to go with Sunbreakers or Kalaza Ahamkara on the Sunsinger. The RAM is still really good. You know, that kind of stuff. Heart of the Praxic Fire is just It's just right now. If you guys know what I mean. It's definitely not top tier. I don't see it being used at all. It's the super, or you know, the increased cooldowns or whatever, or decreased ability cooldowns. It's actually a lot of fun to use. It's a lot of fun to use. It's just, you know, you're only going to be supering, what, once every 5 minutes or so? No, probably once every like 3 to 4 minutes or so if you're popping it every time you get it right away. And yeah, there's just other options. You guys know the deal. It's fun though, and it could definitely deal a lot of damage, a lot of burst damage with this on when you pop your super. But other than that though, it's not going to really be effective. You know, when your super's not ready or you're not popping your super because you have Fireborn on, you're waiting for that right moment. This is useless at that point. It's not doing anything for you. So just, yeah, a very weird pick if you do use it nowadays. Just like I said, I don't really see it often. Definitely not top tier, guys. If you want to mess around with it, definitely go for it. I think it is worth the 13 strange coins to mess around with. Give it a shot, see how you like it. But like I said, many other options out there on your Warlock. Moving on to Monte Carlo, the exotic auto rifle. So let's see what we got here. So it could be ballistic, smart drift control, and aggressive ballistics. Hip fire, high caliber rounds, send it, field scout. And Monte Carlo method. Dealing damage with this weapon reduces your melee cooldown and grants a chance to fully charge your melee ability with each kill. So, pretty nice. Let's take a look at the ornaments real quick. So, Super Spy, love the red and black on this thing. And Royal Flush, gold, really, really cool looking. Let's look at that again. Really cool looking. Love the ornaments on this weapon. So, Monte Carlo method, if you are, you know, focusing melees on whoever you're using, maybe a Sunsinger with Claws Kara Flame Shield, this goes actually really good with that because when you deal damage, it just automatically reduces your cooldown. And you know, in PvE or PvP, a kill will give you a chance to fully recharge a melee. So obviously, this is more effective in PvE. There's a lot more enemies to shoot. PvP, it can be okay. Monte Carlo is a lot of fun. High caliber rounds is definitely a pretty damn decent choice for PvP. In PvE, you're gonna constantly have your melee up. I'm telling you that right now. You're always gonna have a melee up pretty much if you're using Monte Carlo, Claws Kara on a Sunsinger or whatever you're using. You're just always gonna have a melee up. It's pretty nice, but even though it's really, you know, really nice for the melees, it's still not like top tier. It's not the best exotic out there. Melees are not the greatest thing you want to focus in this game. I mean, unfortunately, like I said, the only thing I could think of that would be really good with this is Claws Kara with Flame Shield. Other than that, though, I don't know. It's okay. I mean, the gun itself is a lot of fun to use. It's a fun auto. It's pretty good. It can shred in PvP, you know, if you just land your shots all the time. If you're really good with landing your shots and keeping this thing steady. Really, really fun, guys. I do recommend picking it up. It is 23 strange coins. Definitely recommend picking it up. It could be used for PvP or PvE, and I think it is pretty fun. And like I said, if you're focusing that melee build, well, this is probably the perfect gun you want to use if you are by chance doing that. Let's move on to, another Monte Carlo. Here you go, the Royal Flush, the gold one we just saw. So this will cost you 30 strange coins and 25 silver dust for this bundle right here. So, you know, if you're looking for Monte Carlo with the ornament, there you go. And Red Death and Steel Witch. So if you don't have Red Death yet and you want it with the ornament and you have the resources, here you go. Moving on to our Glass Needles. This will cost you 3 strange coins, 3 motes of light, and 1 exotic shard. This will change and alter your perks on your exotic armor. Also, what am I saying? Yeah, it'll change your perks on your exotic armor. So let's say you want discipline, but you have strength. Keep rolling glass needles until you get your discipline. And let's say you want sniper ammo, but you have sidearm ammo on your exotic armor. Keep rolling glass needles until you get your perfect roll. Moving on to 3 of coins. This will cost you 7 strange coins for 3 of coins. So let's go ahead and pop one for you guys. I'm sure most of you know this by now, but just in case somebody is new, let's go ahead and pop one. So 3 of coins, you're going to use that in your consumables. You're going to go over here to exotic particles. Grants a chance to receive an exotic engram on the next ultra kill or crucible match completion. That is win or lose for PvP. And usually I'll pop this every other PvP match or before every boss in a strike. That is how I farm my exotic engrams. Exotic particles will disappear. you know, once that ultra is killed or once that PvP match is completed, and you will have to pop another one shortly after that. And of course, they are not guaranteed, guys, to drop for you. Just a chance. Moving on to our heavy ammo synths. This will cost you 3 for 10 here and 1 for 3. Obviously, the 3 for 10 is a better deal. So, you know, if you're big into PvE activities like raids, nightfalls, you know, higher end PvE activities, I would go ahead stock up on some heavy ammo synths. Definitely good to have. Moving on to our vehicle upgrades, we have stealth drive and plasma drive. These will change a blue rarity sparrow into a legendary sparrow and also change the contrail color on them. So we have a blue here and a pink here. Really, really nice. You know, these are cool. I don't see anybody rocking these anymore. So if you guys want to be a little bit different, a little more unique, I guess you could go ahead and pick one of these up and infuse it with your blue sparrow. Moving on to our exotic shard exchange. This will cost you 7 strange coins for 1 exotic shard. So really nice. Zerg brings these every week now, so you know if you need some exotic shards and you know you're gonna need some for the week, just go ahead stock up while he's here with them. And mode of light exchange. This will cost you 2 strange coins for 1 mode of light. So if you are in desperate need of motes because you want to, you know, rank up those factions, grind those packages, or just simply level up your gear with some motes and you have the extra strange coins lying around, well, this is always here for you. Anyway, guys, that is it for Xur this week. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.